My name is Matt. I'm passionate about construction. I love being a part of this industry. I had this dream when I was a kid. And I was in this truck and I was on a job site, this huge job site. And I was working on this laptop. I don't know what I was doing. I have no idea. At the time, I didn't know anything about construction. But that image, that dream of being on a job site and being present inside of that construction industry, that was huge for me. That was massive. And I've always wanted to be there. And now, like 20 years later, it's amazing. Here I am. Like I'm living, I'm breathing it, I'm doing it. I got into this industry thanks to my dad, really, which is a pretty common story at the end of the day. Like the more people I talk to in construction, the more I find out that this is a pretty common story. It's a common narrative. My dad was a carpenter by trade. I remember as a kid, I must have been 10 or 11, working with him inside of the shop that he had set up in our garage where he would build, cabinets and furniture for the house and whatnot. And then later, he got me a job when I must have been like 14 or 15, working inside of the shop that he actually worked at up in LA. And all I did was fill glue bottles and sweep the floor. And I loved it, man. I loved being around those guys. I loved hearing their stories and finding out what they enjoyed and picking up little things. From there, it was into the military. After I got out of the service, I did a lot of different things. I started my own millwork shop, dug ditches, did rough carpentry, worked job sites. I was a laborer. I was bouncing all over the road map. But throughout it all, I was always blown away at the stories that I would find on job sites or in manufacturing plants. These are incredibly passionate people. They love what they do. I guess the start of this entire thing was really kind of the culmination of my love of this industry, my love of those stories that I hear, and then telling those stories. But it was really those small businesses that I admired so much. It was that struggle. I call it the grind, man. If you're a small business owner, you know what that grind is like. You know what it's like to still be doing invoices at 11 o'clock at night, still be doing estimates at 10 o'clock at night, waking up at 3 a.m. just to make sure payroll is set up for the next day. I mean, if you're a small business owner, if you're an entrepreneur and you have employees, you know what that stress is like. And there's a point, and I'm not sure where it happens inside of a business's growth model, but suddenly it disconnects from that, and it's less about people and it turns into more about profit. And that's when, honestly, I disconnect. Be honest, like a lot of the marketing I see taking place inside of construction seems, it's gonna sound terrible, but it seems very fake. It seems really, really, really fake. Like actors are being used and like new vests and new hard hats and nothing's dirty. And man, that's not what construction is.